That was one of the Georgia performances that we have seen all season. Vintage Kirby Smart, vintage Georgia football. And I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen now that we know that Georgia has dispatched Georgia Tech, what this means for the Bulldogs, what this means for Georgia Tech. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. This is your first time watching Adapt and Respond. Thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, answer the question in the comments below. Is Georgia a college football playoff team? Because I think Georgia's a college football playoff team. They finished the season 11-1. They had already finished SEC play 2 weeks ago, which is kind of a wild thought. But with a loss by A&M tonight, feels like Georgia gets right in there, right? In the SEC championship game, definitely lost by Alabama and A&M. They're going to get in there. But one or the other, Georgia's going to slide in. Even if they don't make it to the SEC championship game to defend their SEC championship, they have a chance to make the college football playoff once again and compete for a national championship. They're rounding in the form, making that loss to Alabama look more and more like a fluke. And the team that we've seen the last 8-9 weeks has been the team that I expected to see from the jump. They are a running team. They are a defensive team. They are hard to score on, and they are not going to let you move the ball very well. One of my favorite memories as national college football analyst, Fox Sports, and as a talk show host is going to Sanford 2019 for Notre Dame at Georgia. It's a night game, which is wild because CBS flexed into that window, and they don't normally do that when they still had the contract. 2:30 was the window. And I remember seeing the folks that were coming out of the game wearing their red and black. And my most vivid memory is the number of hats that I saw that had 3 words across the top. Run the ball. Ball was spelled B-A-W-L. And in some cases, it was run the damn ball. That's what they do at Georgia. They run the damn ball and they play defense. I made a lot of hay out of this statistic because I think it's wild and it's worth repeating. Georgia has exactly one 1,000-yard receiver in a single season in its entire history. And you got to go all the way back to 2002 to see who that is. So that means not A.J. Green, not George Pickens, not Brock Bowers, certainly not Dylan Bell today, Zachariah Branch, who had a great day today. They don't do that. Like, that means in the 2021, 2022 years when they went back-to-back, won national championships, they didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver. And more than that, you got to go back to 2019 for the last time they had a 1,000-yard rusher. They do it by committee. That offense is not getting in the way of the damn defense. That's its job. So every now and again, you come up with a quarterback like Stetson Bennett or Jake Fromm. Gunnar Stocks is more talented than both, but my point stands here that all that dude's got to do is not screw up this game for the defense, and you're going to be a Heisman finalist. Like, that's just how it goes. Even as I look at the statistics in this game, it's very Georgia football. They allowed just 69 rushing yards, Georgia Tech, 4 of 11 on third down. Didn't see a whole lot of drives for the Georgia defense, meaning you didn't see a whole lot of drives for the Georgia Tech offense. Every time it felt like they were getting something going, Georgia would find a way to stop it. Like that Ellis Robinson interception is a great example of feeling as if Yellow Jacks are going to get themselves back into this game. And Georgia said, no, not today. 16-9 is absolutely a game that we can win, and it's a game that we're willing to play. How we like it. We would love to see a low-scoring game, meaning Gunnar Stockton's going to have his worst statistical performance all year. Just 11-21 for 70 yards with a TD and a pick, and they still win the game by a score. Like, I would expect that you need to at least throw the ball a little bit. They said, not in Georgia, we don't, because we can run the ball for 190 yards, and Nate Frazier's going to go 16 carries for 108. Josh McCray is going to do what he needs to do. It's not great, 13 for 43. And we got a quarterback that can take care of himself on third down, make it happen. We're going to get just enough to keep the chains moving, and we're going to methodically grind you out. My favorite example of Georgia personified is an 800-pound gorilla who sees a full-grown man and rather than just tear him to shreds, decides to pick him up, sit him down on his back, and then sit on his chest. And then watch the time on the clock in each round just go all the way down. Or for you to go tap out. Because that's what it is. It is an 800-pound gorilla sitting on your chest, just caving it in. That's how they feel in the middle of the third quarter. Certainly how they feel at the start of the fourth quarter. They're a team that is built to win the national championship because they are so efficient on offense, and they're so efficient on defense. They don't play a lot of snaps. They play a lot of players. They're going to be fresh for the postseason run, and they're always there at the end. You're not going to see Georgia run 80 plays in a game. You're not going to see Georgia's defense on the field snap after snap. You're never going to see the kind of offense that Lincoln Riley runs at USC, or even Ryan Day ran, 3 years ago, or Joe Brady ran at LSU. That's not what they're going to do. They're never going to be that. Mike Bobo is going to catch a lot of hell as an offensive coordinator. Some deserve, some not, for the kind of offense he wants to run. But also Todd Monken did the same damn thing. He's got Lamar Jackson. They run a different sort of offense. But the point is, you're not going to get in the way of the DNA of the program. And nobody understands that better than Kirby Smart when he first got this job, having played there. But it is a guy who's going to simulate pressures, make it hell for your quarterback, and they're going to stop your run gaps. And they got enough players in the secondary that can run with you that you're just not going to outrun them. They recruit well. They've got dudes on dudes. They're deep. Again, we didn't see the full assortment of weapons that they have, but we saw enough of them. Zachariah Branch needed to make a play. He made a play. Dylan Bell was out there, didn't do much, but again, a guy that you might need and could show himself down the line. I got to see Lucky make one hell of a block on a Zachariah Branch tunnel screen for a first down on third down. They got it when they needed to have it. It was not a great game. They needed just 260 yards of offense to seal this victory. That might be what UNT puts up in like a first half, which is a lot of fun to watch, but it ain't the kind of football that's going to win you championships. And that is the takeaway from this game. Georgia Tech, who's going to finish the season 9-3 after having started the season 7-0, right? They get the win against BC that they need to nail bite, but it felt like after the 41-16 defeat of Syracuse, this team just lost steam. They just did not have the horses to continue to play the kind of football that Brent Key wants to play. A lot of loud noises in Florida about Brent Key going to Florida. That ain't happening. Brent Key is Georgia Tech as it comes. He hates Georgia. He loves Georgia Tech. And now he's got the program humming in a way that only Paul Johnson has in the 20th century. And they might be good. Now, are they going to play in the ACC championship game? They need a lot of help there. I don't think it's going to happen. SMU, they win. Virginia, they win. Those are your two teams playing the ACC championship game. But a 9-win season that has an opportunity to be a 10-3 season is nothing to sneeze at, Georgia Tech. I understand it didn't finish the way that you wanted to finish. And now you lost 12 in a row to Georgia after the 8 OT thriller last year. This one's ho-hum. We got grinded down. Back to the drawing board. You'll get better. It'll be okay. Great season. Not over yet. Great season. Georgia, continue to do what Georgia does.